At the end of May 1940, the British Army was trapped in a shrinking pocket around Dunkirk, and their future looked bleak. Operation Dynamo was in full swing, and the Royal Navy was evacuating thousands of troops from Dunkirk harbour. Thousands more waited on the beaches close by, with many swimming or wading to the larger vessels lying offshore. There's no getting away from the fact that Dunkirk is a very moving place to come to, but for me, it's much more personal, because amongst the many thousands of men waiting to be evacuated was my own grandfather. And one of the things I've got that survives from the time is this. It's his pocket Bible. Inside, the names of his children, which he'd inscribed in it in 1939, are all smudged. The ink has run. But he and many like him must have looked out to sea as I'm doing now and thought, will I ever see any of these people again? So many troops were trapped here that the Navy used anything it could to bring them home. From paddle steamers to rowing boats, all would play their part. But not every ship made it home, as the beaches of Dunkirk bear witness. One such casualty was the Crested Eagle, a pre-war pleasure cruiser which took day trippers from London's Tower Bridge to Southend in Essex. This is the Crested Eagle today. On the 29th of May 1940, she had just pulled away from Dunkirk when a bomb smashed through her crowded deck. Ruptured engine oil from her tanks ignited, turning her into a blazing inferno, where 300 men drowned or were burnt alive. But despite the risks, men like Richard Sampson were determined to get home.
I saw the little ships and the Navy, and I thought then that I could swim, so I was quite confident that I could reach them. We waded out. There was bodies lying on the seabed, which we were stumbling over, and others were floating. We had to push them aside, and eventually we got within a couple of 100 yards of the boat, and the sailors said, "Make your bloody mind up, hurry up, we haven't got all night." Then they grabbed us by the scruff of the neck, more or less, and dragged us on board.
338,000 troops were rescued, including over 100,000 French soldiers. But they had left almost all of their equipment behind.